I mean, to be fair, to your credit, you were right. That did sound very dumb, to your credit.
That's not like an accomplishment. That's not impressive. That sentence alone.
Sick, Apple. Not only would I, but there would be billions of people that if I didn't do it, I'd be attacked.
Like I can't swim up 10 stories holding my breath.
No, and now imagine
I'm dying.
And you're getting thrashed around by a building.
We just need like $11,000 for all of us to get one.
Yeah, we might as well all get one at that point. You might as well put in the parlay for all of us to get one.
Hey.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Picky Boys podcast.
Rock on, dude.
Let's start off here. I've got a Ghost Energy Bubblicious Bubblegum Strawberry flavor. A little taste test here. Smells really much.
That was a smells test, baby.
Smell that. That smells like bubblegum.
Let me get a sniff.
It really does. Well, you know we're not sponsored by them, right?
Not yet.
It's
It
bubblegum.
smells good. It's a nice smell.
I'm taking the first sip.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay.
Oh God, I hate it. It tastes just so fake to me. Very bubblegummy though.
What do you got out of 10?
Well, are we judging it out of accuracy or out of flavor?
Two different ones.
Accuracy,
11 out of 10.
I'd say 9 out of 10. Like,
It's definitely an 11 out of 10.
the fact that I can't chew it is the only thing that makes this not bubblegum.
That's not fair, but yeah,
not fair at all.
yeah.
And the flavor, it's a little bit of an obnoxious flavor. I would probably say it's a 7 out of 10, maybe 6.5.
The whole thing is an obnoxious thing.
Well, either way.
Yeah.
Go Ghost Energy.
Go Ghost Energy.
What's going on
Please
in your
give some.
world, in your orange world over here?
In our orange world.
For anybody who's not on the East Coast, there is, or specifically Northeast, there is a Canadian forest fire, and it is fucking burning and making New York City a fucking smokestack.
Yeah, I get it. We made fun of the Canadians so much that they decided to set their whole home on fire to ruin it for us.
How about this?
Yeah, but then
How
just started
about-
lighting on fire. No, it's actually completely terrifying.
No, it
in
is
reality.
Yeah.
The air quality number, we're at a 155 and slowly rising, which isn't great. Apparently, if you hit 500, just not good.
Yeah, there are areas near us too that are like 250, which is crazy because it's like a couple miles away, and that area is at 250.
Yeah, I don't know how wind works or like elevation or air
Yeah.
pockets. You know, just a big smoke pocket caught somewhere. I don't know.
I feel like it's stuff like this makes you hyper aware of how like close and connected we all are.
We aren't.
We
aren't.
We are pretty close to Canada.
It is really, really far away, especially where the fires started. At least we are very far away. That's what makes it scary.
I know, but it's apparently not that far. You know, where it's coming around. It's so close.
Again, couldn't really be further.
Oh, we could be further.
It could be a lot further.
I guess we could be in like Argentina, I suppose.
I mean, in Australia. I think
that-
that's the furthest.
Is that further?
place.
Is that furthest? I mean, I don't think this thing could go over the water. Imagine being on a boat and just seeing a cloud of smoke coming off the coast or something. It's like, is the whole continent on fire?
Yeah, we're a tiny planet.
It definitely could go over the water. There's a bug flying around me.
Is that? Oh, it's getting you.
Yeah.
Bug tea.
Because with the ocean currents and the wind currents and this and that.
I don't think the ocean currents make the smoke move.
Well, isn't the ocean current the same as the wind current? It's like
No, it's
they
the
kind
moon.
of affect each other.
No, the moon affects the oceans. The moon's not affecting this Canadian smoke, baby.
Tell the moon to bring the smoke the other way.
That would
I
be
think
nice.
The wind definitely affects the ocean current, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
so
also
it's
Moon first.
In reality, it's the same then.
it's also where the ocean water is like warmer and colder because I think the warm water will naturally the heat will transfer to the cold area, so it'll make a current that way. Either way,
That's too sciencey.
either way,
That one's too sciencey.
Once we start hearing like, oh yeah, there's a bad fire in Europe. That's why it's smoggy today. That's terrifying.
That's a big fire.
That's a big fire.
That's a big fire.
A lot of big fire.
That's a big fire.
It smells like a campfire. Like it smells. You're not supposed to breathe it in, but I like to smell.
Danny was sniffing out there.
I was sniffing. It smells good. It smells like a summer campfire.
I didn't even really know there were fires going on in Canada until a couple days ago when it affected me. Obviously, I don't care about anyone else's bubble. But the point, like, I walked out and I smelt just the same thing, and I thought either first, the first thought you run through it. Am I on fire? No. Is the house on fire? No. And then I'm like, oh, there must be a building on fire in New York City or something real bad.
He did say that. He said there's got to be like down the blocks. There's got to be a fire.
There's got to be a fire. And then I didn't.
House fire.
And my last guess, as I went out my radius, would have been Canada.
Yeah.
My last guess.
See, I don't think this, but you can tell by the smell. Like,
Shut the fuck up.
If a house burns down, it's a different smell it's a different smoky smell.
This is the
is
most egregious thing I've
it
ever said.
It truly is. It's a different smoke.
Oh, it smells like mostly concrete and door frames. What are
Listen,
you talking about?
I'm telling you, if a house burns down, that's like you can tell like a fire. Like, oh, that's a burned down home smell.
Should we talk about the new product that's going to change society as we know it?
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
this is gonna be another one. I'm sure Antonio won't like my response to.
Let's hear it. So we're talking about.
Is there anything Antonio likes my response to? Actually,
Why don't you drink more of that good mood, Dan? Calm down over there. Talking about Apple?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called actually.
I have no idea what's
Vision Pro.
Vision Pro.
It looks fucking awesome.
Does it improve your vision?
It looks amazing.
This is the Apple's version of like kind of augmented reality. It's these glasses you put on and you could essentially function like an iPhone or a Mac using your hands and this augmented reality goggles and
I truly do hate Apple's marketing all the time. Like, I hate it.
Why?
I feel like they just always show something cool, but very much lie about it. First of all, it's called AR, right? Augmented
It's
reality.
AR VR. They've been saying.
AR VR, right? But they're throwing in like these things that just it's not essentially. Like it looked like augmented reality from the commercial, 100%. If I didn't know the name or anything, that's what it looked like. Yes or no?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's not. It's not.
it basically is.
What does basically is mean?
It has when you look through it, you're looking at the room you're in, but they put like screens and shit in the room you're in. It's AR. It's augmented reality. Why is it not?
Because it's not the room. Isn't that the whole point? Because it's actually not the room. Like if I like hit a button and I simulate the room, whatever, that's not the room.
That's not what it's doing though.
Is that not what it's doing? It has no.
I mean,
it has no glass.
It's taking a picture of the room.
Apparently, it
a
takes
video
pictures of the room or videos of the room and then puts that in your goggles. And
So like,
so for all intents and purposes, it is AR.
but that's like saying then the Oculus is AR.
No, it's not.
No, but the Oculus doesn't do that.
But it can do that.
Oh, the Oculus can do that, but it doesn't. That's
it
not.
it has a pass through mode, but it's only black and white.
And you never use it.
And it's not even being framed this way. It doesn't. They never sell it as, oh, you can see your things around you and there's a screen on it. You know, like you're in the Oculus world full fledged when you're in an Oculus.
That's only for safety
I
reasons,
understand
really.
it's not a 1-to-1 of the Oculus, but there is something where you can do that.
That's fine. Okay, if you want to
You know
call
what
it
I'm
not AR, that's fine. For every intent and purpose, it is AR. It
Sure.
functions exactly the same.
Sure.
They also call it in the trailer. They're like, it's the first Apple product that you don't look at, you look through, which is like, is that supposed to be? That's not like an accomplishment. That's not impressive. That sentence alone.
Sick, Apple.
But yeah,
But anytime Apple releases a new product, it's pretty important. Like they don't release like new products very often. I think the last one was probably like 2015.
AirPods.
Yeah, like AirPods or the headphone version of those. You know what I mean?
The headphone version of what?
Like they have like over-ear AirPods. I forgot what they're called.
Oh, I don't even.
It's like a headset.
Yeah, it's like
It's like an
just
Apple
earphones.
Pro. I don't know, but I think it looks super cool. $3,500 is the price tag. That's what everybody's talking about. I mean, an Oculus Quest is like $200.
That's the thing. I actually think it does look very cool. I think it'd be really fun to use. I don't think there's any way you could convince me to buy it for $3,500.
I just think it's right. It's just I feel like they were deciding if we release this now or do we release the cooler one that they're definitely shooting for in 4 years. I feel like they're right there where it will be see-through completely, very tiny.
Yeah, but every
augmented
Apple
reality.
person will buy both.
If I get one, we'll review it on here, obviously.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Or maybe I'll just wear it every podcast so you can just see the vision of the screen of my eyes.
See, they're trying so hard to make it seem like it is look through.
Well, I also think, but that part is important too, because that is my biggest critique of VR in general, is that I can't see anything, and I don't know if somebody's looking at me, and it freaks me out. And this promises to, if someone comes up to you, they pass into your vision. That's cool.
Well, am I touching distance already? Do I already have you?
I don't know.
If I already got you,
They got to start coming out with like movies too that have a VR version. You know, they'll release it in standard definition or HD, and then they'll release it in VR where you're like in the movie scene.
Oh man, I feel like that'd be so nauseating. You know they have roller coaster VR things.
Really?
Yeah, I think at SeaWorld. It was 3-4 years ago when they were doing this, which is kind of crazy. I wonder if they updated it now, but you could choose to have the headset on or not. Kind of disgusting, honestly. All these people putting your it was kind of it was kind of I had to do it just to try it, but I felt icky the whole time. But it's a SeaWorld roller coaster, so I'm like, you're going underwater in a submarine, you see a big kraken and shit, and like while you're zooming around.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was all right. But like my point to where I was getting at is the only ride that almost immediately ever made me want to throw up. Like if you're watching now a fast-paced movie in VR and you're like, oh God, Vin Diesel's jumping over, oh, The Rock, you can't, like, you'll throw up.
Isn't that just a consequence of our processing power is not fast enough, so there's always a slight delay on VR headsets? Maybe that's something that we could do away with when computers are better.
Oh man, at that point, aren't they? You're essentially in it, right? If it's so good to where you're like a 1-to-1 to your eyes, the technology is. You could travel at light speed at that point.
Well, there's definitely a millisecond threshold that you can pass where people now can no longer notice a difference. Because I'd say something like 25 milliseconds, which is like, milliseconds, a thousandth of a second. 25 milliseconds, you can notice a slight delay on.
Well, yeah, I mean, you definitely can. JT's a frame rate whore.
Yeah, like when you're gaming and shit. If you're at like a 5 millisecond threshold, that's probably might as well be instant.
Let's say when JT first got his monitor, let's say the max you can for frame rate was 150 frames per second. Let's just say it. I would be watching him play, and he would be, no, not right. Something's not right. You saw that? You see this little flick, and I go like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I think this is 149 frames per second. I can't play this game. That's what you did to me once. You did that to me one time.
No, it would be like it would be like 80 when it's supposed to be 144.
No,
Yeah,
you're lying to me.
Yes.
You are lying to me because I would have been like, okay, that's a big difference. That's almost half. That's a big difference. I swear to God. I swear to God. All right, fine. I'll give it to you. You might have said 147, but it was an egregious thing.
Like the Nintendo Switch is supposed to run at 60, I think.
Oh.
And like Xbox's, PlayStations are all supposed to run at 60. Right, so this thing's running at 80, but it should be running at 144. That's what it was. So instead of being at my hyper gamer level, I was at Xbox PC or Xbox PS1.
It was literally. I don't know if anybody's seen The Incredibles. The scene where Dash puts like the tack on the teacher's thing. He's like, and the teacher's going crazy. He's like, no, he moves right there. That's what you look like.
Untrue.
It was crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm not a frame rate whore like that.
It affects it, man. It really does. It affects your performance.
But there are, I mean, not the buffering bubble circle.
What about that?
There have been times where I was watching Teen Wolf one time, and it was one of those things where for every 1 minute that the TV show would play, it would be 3 minutes of loading. And, not much makes me want to blow my brains out, but after 4 rotations of that, I was considering it.
Yeah.
There's something about just bad internet that it could be like it can make you kick a kid.
I feel like people don't like waiting. It's like, don't they say that like on a Microsoft loading bar, it's like when it says it's at 10% done, it's actually at 30% done. And then as it starts to get as it starts to end, it actually goes faster. So if it says it's at 50% done, it's probably actually at like 70%.
And that's a mental thing they do for people?
Yeah, because
too many screens were broken.
Because people, like, as you wait over time, their threshold for waiting gets lower. And so even if it's the same 10 seconds and it's perfectly segmented out, towards the end of the bar, people will be like, come on, it's taking so long.
And on our Patreon and our Discord, patreon.com/PickyBoys, Danny does a question of the day for everybody. And I don't know if it was today or the other day. Well, it definitely wasn't today when this comes out. But you did. Is there anything worth waiting 2 weeks for?
A week in line.
Week in line for.
Yeah.
And to some, that might be a good question. And there was a lot of answers. To me, my answer is like, I don't think there is a single thing on this earth worth waiting more than 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, people were saying crazy answers, like essentially using as magic.
They were. It was a genie wish.
Yeah, like if you could, would you wait in the line if Left 4 Dead 3 come out in 1 week
Oh my god, you would.
If
you would.
not only
for
would
you and everybody else.
not only would I, but there would be billions of people that if I didn't do it, I'd be attacked. I would be the champion for billions of zombie nerds for sure.
Yeah.
I would be a hero.
So,
could also-
so that's an answer.
Yeah, but that doesn't exist. But fine, I get it. That's funny.
But to be fair, a week in line doesn't really exist. No one says, "Well, you have to wait this week or you don't get this."
I feel like a lot of people do that for some people would do that for Taylor Swift concert tickets.
Oh, for sure.
iPhone, new Apple
the
products.
new iPhone.
New Apple-
Brian.
somebody's gonna
Brian.
do it for this.
I'm 90% sure Brian waited online for 3 days for sneakers. I mean, 3 days, you're right there. If it's something more important.
Oh man, right there's a word.
If it's something more
You're
important.
double the time plus a day.
Dude, I feel like, yeah, Baker's dozen of time. I feel like if you're already willing to wait 3 days, you'll wait a week.
No, I agree with that. It's like there's almost part of me that would rather. This is gonna sound really stupid, but there's almost part of me that like when it comes to like driving, that would rather drive like 16 hours than 4.5. And I don't know why.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
No,
You don't
the reason is because when it's 4 and this happens to me on airplanes too, like a really long flight. It's like when you're doing the 4.5 hours one, you're like breaking down into like little short mirror periods of time. When you're doing the long haul, the first 4 hours like flies by. That whole entire drive flies by. You're like, oh, we're already a quarter way done. It's just like, I don't know, I guess the way you rationalize it in your head.
It's the way you rationalize it.
The
in
way I
your head.
rationalize it in my head.
I mean, to be fair, to your credit, you were right. That did sound very dumb. To your credit,
I
will.
don't know.
I'll say this: the first 4.5 hours of a 16-hour drive definitely goes by faster
you are
than a
right.
4.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
But then you still have the 12 hours after,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But
so
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
make any sense.
And don't those last 4 hours?
I think it's more like no, the last 4 hours. I think it's more just my mental state. Like I am prepared to make this long time investment or journey if you're on a plane, versus like, oh, we got to get this done. And it's like this odd amount of time.
Okay, so I have this yes or no question for you.
Yes.
If, let's say, every single road trip you ever taken that was 4 to 5 hours turned into 16, no matter what, would you take that?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I wouldn't. Obviously, that would be not great. like that would be not a good world or reality. But I'm not gonna let 12 hours stop me from going on a nice trip.
No, it doesn't stop. Just keep it to 4 hours.
You get
Oh
there.
no! I mean, obviously, if the question is, would I rather it be 16 hours? No, of course.
Wait, what was
not.
the question?
I said, would you?
Would you take that as? I thought you meant like, would you still go on the trip?
No, I just said
just said,
no.
would you change
I just
it?
said, would you do it?
Oh no, obviously not.
No, you just said-
Fuck.
You just said you rather that. That's
You
why
said
I'm
you'd
trying to
rather.
prove.
Well, I obviously did not understand the
No, I'm
question.
saying
no,
the
no,
beginning
no,
of the
no,
conversation.
no.
you
It's
said,
what you just said.
No, there's a part of me that rationalizes it, and I'd rather it, but I don't actually rather it. Obviously,
Okay.
I'm just saying it's a different mindset going in. Like it is. There's a specifically on airplanes too. Now that I'm thinking about it, like a really long flight, feels less painful to me than a 4-hour flight. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know why.
What's a really long flight? I feel like a 4-hour flight is kind of long. Like maybe 5-6 hours is really long.
The longest flight I went on was our trip. The 7-8 hours, whatever that was. Right? That was 7-8 or 6-7.
I don't know.
It was definitely over 5. So we slept and everything.
See, I know this is why it's so crazy though. So I did that. So we did that flight. That was like 7 hours. I think it was an 8 on the way back, or whichever way.
Dude, that's crazy.
Whatever. But I went on a 13-hour flight to Hawaii, and it's just like there's just something about it where you fill the time. It felt if it was not as bad. I don't know why.
13 hours.
I'm not saying that I'd rather all of these things be long, but in my experience, it's something changes and it makes it better.
Something changes.
Let's go full circle here. For the 13 hours, you would need 6 backup batteries for your Apple Vision
That's
Pro.
true.
doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's true.
It doesn't make that. And when what you assume that's an extra $3,000?
Well,
It's $500 a pack.
I would actually. You could probably get away with 3, and then while they're
rotation?
off, charge them in rotation.
Oh man, you think an airplane charging port could charge that thing?
Oh, airplane.
You're gonna take
on a flight to Hawaii. There's a full-fledged outlet.
That's true.
You're gonna take the plane's gonna crash, man. You're gonna take all the juice.
That's a good point. That's
You
a
can
good
take
point.
all the juice.
That's a good point. Well, aren't you? Are you?
Because I just on that flight to Hawaii, I went on the thing, like the movie screen, and I was just like, "Here's a show, like an entire show. I'm just gonna watch it all."
Yeah, and you finished the whole
and then,
show.
and then I finished the show, and I'm in paradise. It's just something weird to be like, oh, maybe I can squeeze in like 2 movies and a half,
This
and
doesn't
now I'm in London.
this doesn't make any. Well, it's because you were going to London first of all, but it's probably also because I mean I'm sure you slept on the 13-hour one, right? So you
I
are.
didn't. I can't sleep on planes like that.
yeah,
There's.
it's
I
hard.
can't help. I'm trying my hardest to make this make sense.
It's just I picked a show, a great show by the way.
What show?
Big 100-foot wave. Either way.
Oh, the
the show?
documentary.
Yeah, it's a documentary about it's like a multi-part documentary about
Damn.
a guy who surfs a 100-foot wave. Either way.
bro.
Wow.
That's again something I'll never do.
How'd they make 13 hours out of that?
It could have been 2 hours. I will say that. It could have been 2 hours, but you know.
Was it just?
They got
was,
the footage, so whatever.
There's a lot of
was the-
filler.
Yeah, was the other 90% just like, yep, this is me cooking breakfast. Like, this is me on my
Well,
anniversary.
They tried many times, and some people died along the way. It's a whole thing.
Really?
You're chasing 100-foot waves. You fall off that, you're dead, right? It's auto death.
If you fall off it, it's very hard.
Who
to-
died though?
One of the people who was
Some-
Like crew member, like jet ski, like the jet ski guys or something?
no, one of the surfers died.
Someone just wasn't good enough. Natural selection.
I mean, you're just falling. It's not even the impact that kills you. It's the fact that you're now under a wave and you get sucked into the ocean.
Bro, you're under
Like you just drown.
you're under a wave that was 10 stories high. What on earth are you supposed to do?
Like I can't swim up 10 stories holding my breath.
No, and now imagine
I'm dying.
And you're getting thrashed around by a building made of
Yeah.
water. Like what are you supposed to do?
Also, it's an incredibly rocky area.
Oh, yeah.
It's just these guys are just like adrenaline junkies. They're like, and there also is no, you can't measure a wave really. Like it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to know how high. So it's kind of up in the air. Like there's no governing body of like wave scientists either. So it's
Yeah.
really hard to judge who surfed the highest. But almost all of the highest surfed waves are in this place in Portugal.
Well, I feel like if you have it on
Portugal, really? I
Yeah.
would not have expected that.
where place you think has the highest wave?
Australia, Hawaii.
Hawaii has a lot.
Africa
of them
even?
too.
Australia's a good guess. For
This
me.
place in Portugal, the reason why is it has a trench. There's like a sea trench beneath it. So when a wave is starting to go up, like something in the physics like brings it down and then makes it really big.
Something with science makes the wave really big.
I don't know. Go watch the synopsis of it.
Now I want to watch it, but I don't want to spend 13 hours.
Well, you know what you can do? You could just get on a plane in 13 hours and
It'll
boom.
go by like
Sure,
90
And it'll
minutes.
go by, like apparently it'll like you're watching 30 minutes.
You know what I'm thinking now?
What are you thinking?
Because of I'm realizing why the plane thing is the way it is because I've been on multiple 5-hour flights recently that have no screens.
That's crazy.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, so you have to like twiddle your thumbs.
I have to look at my phone like this.
I've been
This is why I want that fucking thing.
no screen is rough. No screen is rough.
So wait, sorry. Side note. Back to the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh.
There's no headphones in it, so it's just playing the stuff.
It's like it's one of those. You ever see like the Bose headphones that are in the sunglasses? It's like it plays audio, but you can't really hear it if you're
Okay.
not you because
That's
it's
my
using
question.
like vibrations on your head and also little tiny audio into your ears.
Oh man, I think you can definitely plug headphones.
and
in.
you would be able to.
yeah.
My question was going to be, if I'm sitting here on the plane next to him on the plane and he's got it, am I going to be like, this fucking guy's just playing his stuff out loud? Like,
is he watching porn?
yeah.
I was thinking about that too. I'm sure you could put headphones on as well.
You could, if you can't. What are we doing? I have a tail that's a battery pack, and you can hear. No way.
They did say that there's not even like controller support, like an accessory, like you can buy a controller if you want to. There is no controller, which is
What?
very unusual for VR devices. Like there is no controllers.
It's your eye and your
It's your
pinching
eyes,
ability.
hands, and your voice.
Oh, okay.
Controls the entire thing.
I thought you were talking about something else because I thought you were talking about they were showing how you could like play Xbox on it and shit.
Yeah.
So there is no you can't. So it's not meant for games, right? That's what.
I mean, I'm sure you could. I guess so. I don't know.
Unless it's like boxing, maybe.
I mean, I guess you can just use it as the screen, and then play on a controller. I guess I'm not really sure how that works.
As long as there's an open app store for developers to develop on, like there will be games.
no,
coming.
no. Well, my point is, there's no controller support.
No, what I'm saying I'm saying there's no like Apple controller to use with it. That doesn't mean that you can't like hook up a gaming controller on like JT said, like on a developer made app.
What would be cool with this is if we all had again the price, like even if it was honestly like 15 to 2,000, we should kind of get one. For some reason that extra double is just crazy. But all of us playing like Mario Kart or something on a huge screen, that'd be funny. Like that's cool.
Also, the sports, like they always show these in these like product demonstrations. So you never know if it'll actually be real. But they're actually trying to do the sports, like a sports replay where you look at your table and that's the court.
Whoa, like right here.
Like you can see the court.
Hey, look, there's LeBron
There's
James.
LeBron James go.
yeah. You lost me a lot of money, LeBron. He's throwing back.
See, that I think is actually way cooler than the other thing they're trying to do.
And to me, that feels like you're right there. Now you're really getting there in augmented reality. That's what that feels like.
Yeah,
I like that.
Instead of these fucking,
I do like that.
you can bump up this movie screen. You can do that already.
I also like the idea of just being able to like watch sports, boop, put it on my big TV, and then open ESPN for all the stats, and then open my gambling, my DraftKings. So I have my stats, my bets, my show.
All right, you're starting to sell me
Come
on this thing.
this is gonna be fucking
Antonio,
awesome.
We just need one parlay to hit. One plus 36,000 parlay
True.
for $1.
We just need like $11,000 for all of us to get one.
Yeah, we might as well all get one at that point. You might as well put in the parlay for all of us to get one. Also, that exact thing he explained, I do it already. It's just I have my phone and I have the
Yeah,
screen.
you do it like a barbarian.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But
Now
like,
Daniel watch his legs not hit in VR. Congratulations.
Basically.
the thing you described before with it being on the table, that's way cooler to me. I
Yes.
like that than what has been previously described to me, whereas you put on this VR headset and you're like courtside, like looking
Yeah.
at the game. I don't.
Because that exists already. That's why I don't like it. But like you're saying, if it seems like we're kind of in stadium seats and we're watching the game or something, like from that view, and we're just drinking here
And
talking,
we're giants.
that's fucking cool.
And they're mini.
Yeah, that's cool.
But with the way I saw it used, it was a replay. Like I don't know if they have to get a bunch of video angles and then reconstruct that, like live. Like I don't know if that's hard to do live.
I'm sure, but again, this is what I'm talking about in future terms. Like we're getting there. There'll definitely be stadiums or cameras that have all of that integrated into like a VR AR thing. You just need the cameras around, and that's all the angles you need, isn't it? It's like almost like a live feed.
Yeah.
Isn't that how that would work, right?
There's something there, dude. This VR stuff, it sticks in my mind, and I can't get rid of it. I'm like, I need this. I want this.
You do use VR more than anyone I know.
I think part of it is because I get no motion sickness from it. Like I can.
That's crazy.
I can be in there for hours. Like I plugged in my Oculus and just watch movies. Like I don't get sick. It just feels normal.
I've never seen him use it, to be fair.
JT's definitely seen me use it. I used to use it. I used to play in the living room
You did,
a lot more.
and you just punch Chaz in the head.
Yeah, we just put a bunch of stuff in our living room. I should actually get in the living room because I can do more stuff with it there.
Yeah, I hear Danny stomping. I get up there, and Danny's throwing frisbees and cursing at kids.
Now I use it just to like watch stuff mostly and play like little puzzle games. Oh, there's this great puzzle game where it's like this 3D puzzle piece. And you grab one and it makes this clicking sound when you get it right.
Oh, that's great.
It's awesome.
Oh, that's
I love
satisfying.
it. You can turn it around, see what's missing. So good.
All right, I think we get out of here. Danny's.
I need it.
I think we get out of here.
I need it.
I'm just gonna say there's just gonna be a $3,500 charge. Oh, we didn't even talk about plus tax, baby.
I'll tell you this much right now. If Apple said it was released today, I'd buy it.
Well,
What's the difference between now and tomorrow?
Hopefully, I'll have enough money by the early next year to buy it. Because it's not.
What?
No, I'm saying
what's the difference? Oh, you're gonna
early
run out of
next
money.
year Versus now?
The joke is you're going to run out of money.
Yeah, no, it's not a joke.
Then you shouldn't be buying it.
What's it
But
called?
what if it 10x is my productivity and therefore 10x is my revenue?
If we do buy it,
Math.
what you do is you go to what's it called? New Hampshire. No sales tax.
They'll get you.
Make the 4-hour drive to New Hampshire. Buy it there.
No, has to be 16
hours.
Okay, that's right. Drive to Florida. Drive to Florida.
Okay, we got to go. Tell them where to find you, JT.
You can find me on the new gaming channel, Picky Boys Gaming on YouTube. The link will be in the description. And then also Twitch, twitch.tv/the Picky Boys. And then also on Instagram, instagram.com/JTHolden97.
Look at this guy. I think we decided a different way to do it,
Yeah,
but I
but
like
it's-
Wait, did we?
it. But
What's
I
the
like
different way?
It's all right. Don't worry.
Forget it.
You can find me, adrift in the metaverse.
Metaverse. You could find me at Ant Prisco. Can't forget to follow.
The Picky Boys on Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. And let us know in the comments. I think I'll know the answer, but would you buy this thing?